Hello everybody and welcome back for the last time tonight, live from the Intel Esports Arena for one final rodeo between Heroic and Ninjas in Pyjamas. Below Pyjamas, Nip, we're still unsure. It rotates out. It's a whole kerfuffle.
Yeah.
But a same constant we do have for the entire show is Ben.
I know, it's a bit sad, isn't it?
I know, you're holding the whole thing together.
Ah,
You're like glue, Ben.
I'm the moddy.
Yeah. You're the Elmer's glue of the broadcast. You're very sticky and you get stuck on your fingers and you peel it off and it's quite satisfying. Yeah. That's what you are.
Everybody can't wait to get me away.
Yeah, it's just can't wait to peel you off.
Get him out.
I love it. But that does mean the final matchup of the night is about to go down. And that will be on Nuke. The first time we're going to see it, I'd say, well, in this season of Pro League so far, isn't it, really?
I believe so, unless we've seen it in any of the other games. But funnily enough, Nuke is one of the maps Heroic and NIP played before.
There we go.
And that was a very one-sided affair. NIP won 16-4 at DreamHack Masters Stockholm, which 16-4 on Nuke, you probably think it probably happens quite often because the CT side, it can be go one-sided. But the standout performances, I'm just going to note from that, Forest went 28 for 9.
Okay.
Which he did play okay in that game, to be fair, just then. But on the other side of it, Freiburg was 2 for 19 with 21 ADR.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
So, you know, there's two sides of the coin right there, right? So 16-4, and you had a player performing that badly. It's probably a given that somebody will probably be playing that badly, right? But Forest going 28 for 9, that's pretty damn good.
That's a big performance.
I think he had 145 ADR in that game, if I remember correctly, as well.
That's pretty ridiculous. And that just goes to show as well sort of the caliber of teams at that level. If you do have two players performing pretty well versus someone that's struggling, you are just going to be able to overthrow them. And that's the result. I mean, that's why we only really see those sort of score lines now and then. Because, you know, one team has to be performing very well and the other team has to be stuck in a bit of turmoil. And that's hopefully not what we see going into this one. Because obviously, for NIP, they still haven't had a win yet in this season of Pro League.
Yeah, it's 3 maps so far played. None quite resulting in a point even.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess one thing that we can compare from that previous matchup they had was at Stockholm, it was at LAN.
Yeah.
This is again online.
That's a better environment for NIP.
I know, that's
where they should be performing better.
Yeah, that's probably part of why they did perform better. And it looks like it's just coming up a rush. They're running straight into a CZ. It's not a great situation to be in. Ooh. He only got the one, but coming up Millhouse, it seems.
It is all coming up Millhouse, Ben. They've overthrown them. And it is all on Moddy, but Moddy can be a little bit of a monster at times. He's the Swedish assassin when he gets into the server, and he can definitely talk better than I can as he starts to punish them, Ben, throwing around big words as he punishes Rez, tries to get himself a little bit of work with. Yeah, grabs that smoke, could try and chop that out if he wants to, but still just forces them to push towards him, dubious of where their locations will be.
A smoke there.
Oh. Surely that should have connected. Yeah, that's unlucky. He's pushing it. No, he's not going time.
Yeah. No kit. I imagine there was no kit bought full stop this round.
I don't think anyone had one on the CT side, no.
Yeah. Round will be going towards NIP. A good start on the C side, and Moddy does fall as well. So that's a double bonus right there.
That's a backflip. It's actually unfortunate as well, because it's what we saw with Vasilium when he opened up that round. He had a HE. He launched it from heaven, tried to get it into hut. It missed, landed on top of the roof. So they hadn't got through, did no damage, did absolutely nothing. He's then got close there and he killed the one. And then obviously in that time where he's trying to hold back, you can't see anything, you can't really do too much. Yeah. It's a long reload time on the CZ. Everyone that was kind of useful in that situation was out of commission pretty damn quickly.
It's very common though, if you play that one player towards hut, they smoked main, there was a player in main, he got completely caught off.
Yeah.
There was another player who was playing Rafters, he got killed instantly as well. Still, like you mentioned, that reload time of the CZ is so long. Or that it feels so long when you need it to be short, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those, isn't it? For somebody else, it feels like their reload was imminent, like instant. So this round, a bit of a scrappy one so far. A lot of damage being exchanged on both sides.
Oh, hello.
Jumping and taken down.
The jump scout countered by the MP5 from Forest there.
So in last man alive, you can see the little spams coming through the wall, trying to crouch dodge it. Awkward situation to be in, really. Like, you've got the head armor, you don't really want to just waste your life trying to make a play happen. So you try and get in a good position for it, but Get Right's going to go up Crows. He won't be able to see him until he goes along this wall, which we can see right there. And if he does not check that way, in fact they're clearing out outside fully, so they know he's not in garage or anything like that. So he'll go up Crows. And the question is, if he clears along his left-hand side, get right, he'll see Asilian instantly. But because of this instant, he's missed the first bullet, and that should be round over. But he gets closed in. I mean, at some point.
All right, yeah. I mean, we stayed alive for probably longer than you should have got away with.
Made it a bit awkward. Made it a bit awkward for everyone involved.
All parties had a bad time, though.
Did they?
Yeah. They did indeed. Well, 2-0 right now for NIP, as they do have a pretty good start into the game. In terms of the SMGs as well, they've actually got quite a few coming through. There's a MAC-10, the UMP, and the MP5 on Get Right. So looking to try to build up some cash into this one, which will be their last real attempt to do so before the actual game begins and Heroic grab their rifles. Burst straight out, they use the nade to open up the door, instantly into the bomb site, and looking to try and cause some havoc.
A lot of damage being put out here by Heroic. I mean, 3 USB kills in a row. This round, I wouldn't say it's winnable per se, but, you know, they're making a good shout for it. The plant bomb still hasn't gone down yet. And just like I mentioned that, Mertz and S3Tag both so low right now. Like, you mentioned a lot of SMGs being built. I mean, Lecro is now low as well. This has been played out so weirdly. Like, I don't understand it. They've done so much this round, Heroic, with so little.
And in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't.
They couldn't link in that round together.
What else?
I guess we'll park this one for the meantime.
Anything else?
No, I'll leave it there. Yeah.
I was just like, no parking, no.
No. Oh, yeah, way! Hey, that would have been good. Ah, oh, Ben, you're smart.
Oh, God. Shame about that.
Yeah. Well, that's happened. We're back in.
So
now it gets
despite
real.
those successes, they've got like no grenades on the CT side.
Yeah.
So they had all those kills in the world with USPs, and none of them think to go for a farm-ass buy just to get some grenades on the board. Thankfully, though, they do have weapons. Actually, S3Tech does get the opening kill. Traded instantly by Rez, though, and Modi's looking to try and get something else back. And I mean, Forrest is just jumping around. Like,
jump up and get down.
Mertz got absolutely shut down there. Get right with a little lurk through ramp again. He did this on the second round as well.
This man's never been in marquee when it's in shutdown.
Modi should be taken down here. There we go. 4v2. Freiburg and Asilian on their own. Both upper players. Funnily enough. Still a chance, though.
Ooh,
that's a dink.
That's a big dink. And the follow-up frag. Asilian does get tagged
I think
for it,
Asilian, Freiburg, sorry, is in lower, I think. On my yeah, he should be in lower, shouldn't he?
Looks like it from the radar. Just sat there, yeah.
Yeah.
Just over
so
a
he
window.
gets that kill on lower too, so it's 2v2. And Forrest is still very, very low right now.
This is
the thing
winnable.
is, I don't think Forrest is expecting a player at this back vent. He wins that fight too, and that's the bomb. If he nades... Oh, that smoke's even better, actually.
Surely this is just a round either way. Yeah. I mean, Forrest was so low.
There wasn't much time anyway.
No.
So, I mean, that was a 4v2, if we think about it in terms of grand scheme of things. And NIP essentially just spread too much when they should have just, you know, got together and made sure they got the trades. And because of those USB kills, look at the money on NIP. Dennis is full bought, everybody else is going, why have you done that?
We did.
Why have you done that? He's got a full buy, everybody else got Glocks. There's a P250 bought by Forrest.
Forrest and just 1.4 as well.
Yeah, I don't know why he's bought a P250.
Don't know, bit rough.
I do wonder at times if you players actually know how the money works in this game. It does make me wonder.
I'm buying. What do you mean? Well, Mertz gets the opening pick. Well, that's that
the
AK gone. Yeah.
I do wonder, honestly.
It's all down to Lecro.
He has a flashbang.
And he has that sad look in his eyes as his teammates have all died around him. And it's going to be a bit of an awkward one for him.
I think the best bet is he hopes to just flashbang every single play and just get a plan.
Well, there you go. Freiburg's killed him.
Nothing.
Yeah, Freiburged up.
3-2. I know they've got a buy, but Forrest can't even buy AK Actually, he can buy AK Kevlar. Instead, he's going for all the grenades in the world. He hasn't even bought a primary weapon yet.
He doesn't have enough money for one
CZ.
now. Yeah, he's just going to go for the CZ. Lecro's got Galil.
And the MP5 from Get Right there as well. Horrendous buy across the board, really.
It's a bit messy.
So NIP, they've just done those outside smokes, right? So you do the close one, then you do a further up one here. So Forest, instead of doing the one that you do from further up at spawn, does the one closer because they don't need to do it instantly. However, Heroic, having a player already in secret means that they can just guarantee he'll be able to clear it right now. S3, given another 5-10 seconds, he'll either ask for a teammate to flash for him, or he'll just peek up as he does right here. He'll see nobody there. He'll see a guy in silo though. Ooh. Unfortunately, does get taken down by him.
Yeah, doesn't even have a chance to really spot him out before he's been slain. And the response is pretty effective, but it's only from one man, Mertz. The rest of his teammates are all dying around him. Freiburg now goes down as well, so it's a 1 versus 3. He has the AWP versus Lecro, Dennis, and Forest. They've got the A site completely on lockdown. At this point, he might just want to scurry out of there.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis winning that fight outside essentially guaranteed that this round was going to go NIP's way. I mean, Lecro does help the thing, like assistant in the round, by getting those 3 kills, right? But technically, it was a well-played strat by NIP to fake those smokes first round. It kind of makes Heroic now double think. Every time those smokes go down, they think, are they actually using it? Are they faking it again? Or, you know, it makes the enemy question everything. So Mertz does get to keep his up. Takes 30 damage from the bomb explosion there.
He's a bit lucky, isn't he?
He's going a bit close to that. Okay, so he does keep his gun, and he can drop if needed. Asilian does need to get a drop here, which he will be given there. And so again, a pretty decent buy coming out from Heroic. NIP with a much better buy than the last one. Question is, what will they be doing this time? It looks like Get about to nade the door off. And the smoke towards main comes through, it's just a fast A rush. There is 2 players playing this A site. Freiburg gets the first one, doesn't get a second though. Man advantage already for NIP. And Mertz is in lower. He's essentially having to go through vent with an AWP if they want to try and take this round. It's got to be a save.
Yeah, you'd think so once again. It seems like it. They start to be spreading up now, just moving into further back position. Shakti holds. Modi looks like he's just going to hide behind big box there towards
Mertz
the ramp.
is still just sat in the vent with his AWP looking straight up.
Just waiting to see if anyone's going to come through vent.
It's a bold one.
Could pay off.
See, he's just sat here waiting for somebody to drop.
Oh, there we go.
And he actually risks the no-scope in that situation. Braver than I.
He's a strong man. A lot of confidence.
The question is, will Modi be able to save it? Because there's 2 players closing in on him. Gets the first one, does drop though. So they keep 2 guns. And going into this next round, it probably means that they won't be forcing into it. Because the money just isn't good enough across the board. Not for me anyway. I feel like you should try and make sure you have all the utility when you are buying on this map. Especially when, oh actually they are forcing into it. This is a very, very late suggestion to buy there. You see S3's like, he was one of the players who already had a gun and he was last out of spawn. If there were another push-upper then, that would have been a really bad situation for Heroic to be in.
Nades rolling out, going to tag Asilian ever so slightly. He's actually going to go for a bit of a confidence play as well. Gets up close and personal with the MP9, Ben.
Yeah, that smoke's very dangerous for the T-side. I mean, Get Right. Technically, Asilian, if you were to walk through that smoke, he could go all the way directly under Get Right without being seen. But obviously, it would be a very bold play. And Mertz opens up the round. Rez taken down by him outside. 4v5 now. And NIP have spent a lot of their grenades outside, and they've not really gained anything from it. Like, they're having to fall back pretty much all the way towards the lobby, essentially. But Modi, he's the only player on ramp here. He's got a CZ. It's not a great situation to be in. He hears them coming up. He has to go for the one and done here, I think.
Yeah, if he can get 1 frag at least, though, it might help them out just enough. They don't actually fancy it. It's just a fake.
He can just guarantee there's nobody there. They're probably back in lobby with you.
He gets a lot of info from that for free.
Yeah. I think Mertz has rotated back towards him as well, so he's going to go back up towards Nest, I imagine. And there's probably 4 players up here then, in that case.
Oh,
the shadow does show.
Yeah. It was smart play from Get Right as he gets the opening kill, but the trades come back through, and all of a sudden he's just left on one man. Forest left to try to display his ferocity, but he gets cut down and is just left as a mere stump.
I forgot Forest was,
Trees.
Yeah,
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one tree, please.
Not much of a forest, is he?
Well, I don't know. There could be a couple of trees, a couple of stumps.
They're taking quite a killing. Chop them all down. Every single death he gets, it's just another one.
Another tree, yeah. But every time he dies, Nip cut down a tree. It's like the reverse of one of those charity campaigns, yeah. Every time someone buys a forest sticker, we'll plant a tree. Every time he dies, we're cutting down a tree.
If you look through his HLTV stats, he's died 40,000 times, so we've cut that 40,000 down.
We've destroyed the entire Amazon rainforest. I hope you're happy.
Should have been buying more of his stickers.
It's a good marketing scheme. Ooh, Mertz with the early entry, though. Takes down Dennis to kick this one off. And in reality, Ben, it is just the one weapon they have. It's only on Lekro. When he does get an opportunity to fight back, he does win the fight.
And Get Right did get that kill towards Freiburg as well. Freiburg being a bit too close on the action there. And Mertz, he's getting a lot of impact with this AWP, isn't he? 10 kills already this game.
Mertz has actually been pretty effective for Heroic throughout the whole series.
Yeah. Even with just a rifle.
He was looking really good with the rifle. Like, strong, confident entries, which is what they needed.
Moddy's got such an advanced position on this. He's actually expecting him to be going from under nest, but he's actually peeking into the AWP. Oh. And Lekro doesn't have the same luck that Mertz does, apparently, with no scope.
Doesn't have the magnet AWP.
The shotgun AWP.
Shop. The Clorp.
The clan leader AWP.
Yeah. Let me bust out the Clorp.
And that's got to be a eco round coming in for NIP here. 5-4. Heroic getting themselves back into the game now. Oh, they got it's a CZ armor from Get Right for some reason, and then with Glocks alongside it. It's so I don't get it. It's unneeded purchases, and player in main, I believe it's Freiburg. He's got a lot of work out from here. Gets a 2.
That's the sort of round you expect Freiburg to just do a Freiburg and just spray his way through him. We'll get the first 2 frags. Mertz switched out to his sidearm to decimate Rez, and it is just Get Right that remains with 19 HP. Not a lot of fight left in him at this point. He has been tagged up quite heavily. He is still trying to find something into the round, but Asilium will take him down, and they've equalized the scoreline now. It is tied up back at 5-5.
Yeah, not a fantastic buy coming through from NIP. I mean, I think, Get Right got that kill with the CZ, so he got $100 for that. So if he didn't buy that armor, he would have had every grenade needed here. Instead, he just had a single smoke.
Just the one smoky boy.
So, much more different round here from NIP. This is really aggressive.
They've passed each other. It's a nice play from Moddy, but there's the response from Lekro. Gets the advantage as he will find that kill.
Just sidesteps that flashback.
Yeah.
Ever so close to just hitting him. And alerting the enemy that he was close to that smoke. And Forrest is taking so much damage trying to get towards Secret.
So it's taken 2 men to fully commit there to kill Mertz, and both of them have taken a huge hit. Dennis actually goes down because of it as well. He was so low.
Bomb is already dropped too. Like, I'm so confused. Like, Dennis was in such a horrible position there. He was in squeaky with the bomb himself. He gets pushed. He gets that 1 kill, but then just drops himself. And now leaves Forrest and Rez in such a horrible position here. And Asilian gets the drop on Forrest. Rez 1v3. He needs to do something special, I think, to win this round.
Yeah, it would have to be something absolutely spectacular. And in reality, it seems like it won't be likely. The angle is being covered. Freiburg is ready. Freiburg actually does try and take the fight, though. Wants to force the issue a little bit. As he gets into a better angle to spot him, does do so. Takes him down. Rez will fall, switches out, grabs the AK. Another round going through for Heroic as they get the advantage now on Nuke. Mertz given the AWP again as well. Freiburg and Mertz, both currently the ones that are popping off. 14 and 12 frags, respectively.
Yeah, I mean, consider the previous matchup. Freiburg was 2 for 19.
Yeah, already very different to the numbers he was posting during that matchup.
Whereas Forrest, I think, was the complete contrast. I think he was 3 for 10, if I remember correctly, looking at the scoreboard. Forest in that previous match was 28 for 9. So complete contrast there, and just a fast A burst coming through. Cillian doing well on top of that hurt, along with Freiburg. Actually, it wasn't him. Normally it's a Cillian on top of that.
Yeah, they switched roles there.
Yeah. But Freiburg, as you mentioned, now on 17. Forest 2 for 10. Trading places, it seems.
Yeah, they've flipped round the star roles there on either side. That is pretty wild. Obviously, Freiburg looking pretty damn good. I mean, we're only about, you know, a few rounds here into this matchup. It's still got a lot of game left for us. That entire second half could definitely be quite topsy-turvy, but he's doing well.
Yeah, you can see the utility damage down the CT side. Not as high as I thought it would be.
No, you feel like they would have done more.
Nuke's pretty decent for that.
There's a lot of angles. You can do tons of early damage with nades.
But I suppose it depends how often have Heroic bought HEs, I suppose is the other thing. Like, do they prefer having 2 flashes than a HE grenade?
What are the difference in flashes, again?
Yeah, T-sides tend to get a lot more enemies flashed just because of where you pre-flash things.
Yeah, I just mean Dennis, though. 12 flashes. He's the king of flashes right now, getting all the entries, blinding everyone. He's a shiny boy.
So it looks like the door will be blown off there by Forest, and then straight onto the roof. And Freiburg, look how aggressive that is.
That's deep. That
Double rifle aggression outside on the floor. They get 2 kills and only lose 1 player. Perfect from them. Really good situation to be in if you're Heroic right now. And it causes NIP to be really cautious outside. They have to look around everywhere, clear every single angle. Like Forrest is doing right now, he's... Oh, I thought he failed the jump.
Yeah. Looked like he might have muffed it a little bit, but he was able to bring it back and actually land.
Such a tiny angle that Forrest is... Oh, that's should be able to get the kill. I mean, Forrest is still taking that fight. Very unusual. So Mertz gets that kill. He should be telling his teammates they could have got down secret. There was a player on top of me I killed, but they could have gone down there. Still no player from the Heroic side actually in lower. So by the time they get onto that lower side, they'll hear the doors open or the glass get broke. And that's when they'll, you know, the alarm bells will start ringing. Thinking the NIP are playing this so slowly, thinking there should probably be a player down here. Like, we've been allowed to go secret. Surely there's someone down here. But apparently not. Heroic, nobody down here. Taking up so much time just looking around. That molly's actually going to stop him from rotating down the vent quickly. Unless he decides to take some damage on the way. So Modi was thinking about playing already towards that low. He's already through the doors. Getaway just turns around. Lekro's planted the bomb behind the site, but he's in a 1v4. He has to do something crazy here. 34 health left. Takes the first player down.
Not bad. Every time you've told someone to do something mental, they do normally step up into the play, but not today. Lekro tries his best. Will go down, however, to a Cillian. That'll be the 8th round picked up there from Heroic as they are storming ahead, getting ever closer to that 10-5 half that they hope to achieve.
Yeah, a bit of a big ask, I suppose, for Lekro in that situation. That lower bomb site, it's such a difficult position to be in unless you're able to get yourself into either like the decon room or into the window side. Unless you get yourself into one of those, you're probably going to lose the round, especially against multiple opponents. As you mentioned, 8-5 though. It was, what, 5-2 in favour of NIP? And Heroic have been pulling it back, grinding through those buy rounds.
Rise and grind.
And that is what they're doing right now. And NIP looks so cautious right now. They're doing like that outside take again. Smokes come in. But Mertz playing secret with an AWP. It's very hard to get past an AWP when they're playing that situation. He mollies it, he can just pull back if he needs to, but the Molotov's going to push them out, and he's pushing further out.
Oh,
this is a crazy play.
It's a counter play. That could work. They're all there. That's perfect. They have no idea Mertz with the first. Finds the backstab before he's through the blindness. Who is he, Daredevil? As he's able to just overpower them, but it's all down to one man. Get right. Finds the flick up onto Modi with the AK-47. Slays the first down, the second. Get right. Nearly the adjustment onto the 4th, but he will go down as Freiburg can save the day. 9 rounds picked up for Heroic. This is the last round of the first half to decide if this is going to be a 10-5 or a 9-6. And Heroic already look damn ready to try and take this in a 10-5.
I mean, Mertz just showing there that pure aggression, the confidence to do that push.
It was big. It was a bold play.
And it paid off perfectly fine. I mean, NIP now, last round of the half, terrible buy coming in from them. And they got to be thinking, we haven't won a round in about 7 rounds. We need to get something on the board. And Dennis, I mean, he's just run straight out through the screen. I mean,
Oh.
the definition of a solo play coming through right there. Technically, the trade is through for Electro, and the round is looking a lot better for them compared to the previous ones.
Maybe if everyone would have pushed with Dennis, could have been even better. But the frags are coming through, Ben. Mert's trapped in a bit of an awkward dance, eventually goes down, and it just falls into the hands of Moddy. He will get 1 opening kill, but he's left on 2 HP. He doesn't have enough. He needed to try and keep himself at higher HP off the back of that first fight to win the round. Taking so much damage sets them up for the win, and that will make it the 9-6. Heroic are favoured, but Nip definitely get themselves a little bit of a confidence play at the end of that one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just came off of...
Exact
Oh,
odds.
those odds. Considering...
Considering past results, it's interesting.
It's an interesting one, yeah. I mean, I suppose if you think about it this way, Heroic only got 9 rounds on the CT side, right?
Yeah.
I guess if you want to think about it like that. But you think about Mirage, Heroic CT side was the issue.
Yep.
The T side, they looked a lot more fluid, a lot more composed. They were running around as if they knew each other.
That was where they were
much
just
better.
winning. Every round,
Yeah.
it was just aggression. I mean, Mertz was mowing them down in the entries. I mean, Moddy was able to pop off pretty single-handedly, did so much damage.
I think a lot of it was just the cohesion between the players on that T side. They at least knew what each other were doing. So I'm quite surprised to see those odds actually set like that, because I feel like the pistol boy does decide a lot of this. If Heroic win the pistol and convert, we're looking at 12-6. Win the first bite, that's 13-6. You're looking at 14. You know, it spirals out of control very quickly. So perhaps that's a big part of that. I mean, I wouldn't have expected NIP to get that many rounds on the board, right? But I suppose Lecro was a big part of that. Like that round that just then, he got that trade that Dennis pushed out for with a bit of crazy aggression, if I'm honest. He then followed up with another one, and he was one of the top performers. I think he had 15 kills at the end of the half. So, I mean, they need more from him, I guess, if they stand the chance. Forrest needs to finally wake up. He's got 3 kills on the board right now. He needs to get a lot more.
Yeah, definitely a lot that needs to happen for them to carry on if they are going to somehow be able to bring this one back when we dive into the second half, as it seems like we're almost ready to get underway with this one. And we can carry on with the action. 9-6 is the scoreline. Heroic now moving on to the T side. Your CTs will be ninjas in pajamas as we get underway with the second opening pistol round of the second half. Who's going to be able to take this one, Ben, as we get into it?
So I'm intrigued by Astillion getting a P250 with his grenades. Another thing that does seem to be happening a lot more on the T sides especially. Purely because that P250, at a certain range, that is a one-shot headshot. So it's better than having a Glock in most instances. And you can entry frag quite well with that. So Astillion, he's faking that aggression towards Secret. He smoked there himself, he flashed there himself, he's got himself down. His teammates don't need to follow him, but he needs to just feign that we have taken that control fully. Force one of the NIP players down into that area. And get right with his CZ, smokes off hat, and he's going to be playing close to it as well. I feel it's just a matter of time. As soon as this smoke starts to fade, I think the Heroic players might be making their way towards A main.
Oh, get right with the first kill. Takes down Moddy as he will be able to get the initial headshot. So it's a good start for Nip. They just need to get more, but the transfer's coming through. So much damage dealt there onto Mertz and Astillion. They're both left nearly lifeless at just 7 and 4 HP respectively.
And they kind of need to fall. Rez is still alive on this side. And it's a 2v2. And a 2v1 very quickly though. It's only 10 seconds left though.
The reposition, but get into the round will also gain a So effective stuff coming through. Nip starting this half off.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with get right again though. And did get the drop on him.
Unfortunate. Well, that was nice.
I've never seen that actually.
Different. They've made it more. Yeah. Get Right's got the blue spruce.
Yeah, I was talking about that. He got the Oscar shotgun out, but what are they going to be able to do? I mean, they're boosting behind the smoke. I think it's just a matter of time. If they start going towards A main, if they go back lobby, they avoid the issue that is Dennis and Guerrero. You might think there is a player there. Still 6 rounds. So Heroic did do a bit of an interesting part. Did get those in, and unfortunately for them, they weren't able to quite capitalize on those rifles, which means crazy happens. Might just be an upper rush, to be honest. Vent dive?
But I mean, they do run into res.
They didn't quite all die in the morning.
No.
So I mean, they saved $300 worth, I guess.
But they have the rebuy now. So Heroic, they can reinvest. The scoreline's all tied up. It's 9-9 apiece as we go into round 19. They have the AWP on Mertz, the rest of the AKs, and I suppose they're just trying to keep it out of the way. But
I feel like that's a message you should know about.
Yeah,
though.
if you've timed.
Because otherwise you are just going to be thinking, what's happened to my game?
Yeah.
Just like you look at the kill feed and it's like, what?
What's going on here?
It should probably be like middle bottom or middle top, I guess.
You're a middle bottom.
Of what?
Everything. Well, it looks like we are back. And it does seem to sort itself out, at least. A minute and 10 on the clock into round 19. Dennis gets opening contact, but can't actually follow through with the kill, Ben. He goes down. Freiburg slaying him. But Lekro slumps out S-Tag on the cross.
Yeah, so a good trade. Quite fortunate, really, to get that, if I'm honest, because Lekro was just blind spam through the smoke right there. And Dennis, he should have been getting that kill on. Thankfully, Lekro is on the ball compared to him right now. It is a 3v3, though. Cillian did trade that kill off. But do they know that Cillian is here already, though? He is doing the silent jump up towards the nest. Will he get the drop on Get Right, who is playing inside of nest right now? And he's not playing in nest anymore. You'll have heard him drop. So this could be an easy A crunch from the Heroic side right here. Depending on the timing. In fact, it's even better. The fact that Moddy got the opening kill, but Cillian drops the player outside, and thankfully he's taken care of. Rez, last player alive. It's got 8 seconds. He'll probably go straight up this vent as soon as he hears the plan. There it is. A round taken. I mean, Heroic quite fortunate, I suppose, that Lekro gave them opportunity to get that trade kill, because Lekro was ruining their day outside. He got the kill through the smoke. He got another kill, and he kind of wanted more. Unneeded, I suppose. Best way of looking at it.
Well, round 20, Heroic have finally got themselves into the lead once more.
Ooh,
as they
another
will
dink.
try try and carry on with this. The outside control's very aggressive from either squad as they have a big opening conflict. They get the initial kill, but so much damage was done to 3 players there. Freiburg also takes a bit of a dent, but luckily he's able to overthrow Rez, leaving it with just 3 Musketeers remaining for Nip.
The issue is Dennis committed hard to this lower bomb site. With his rotating mod, he's holding for a deep push in lobby. They've got a play at ramp now. Freiburg went straight there from under nest. And they're slowly trying to just crunch NIP from within right here. They're just crunching them all the way across the map. You can see all 5 players. Get right, he was in lobby, just outside the hut sort of area. Dennis stuck in lower. It's just a matter of time, really. I mean, the CTs have to make a play in some kind of way. Get right, might be making the wrong play here. Modi checks it. And Dennis, last man alive. He is in the lower bomb site. Is the thing that is working for him here, and it looks like they're coming here. It'd be a crazy situation if he does somehow make something of this round, though. That smoke basically negates it, though.
Yeah, I mean, that bomb is going to go down. You won't really have a chance to try and go for an upsetting strike or do anything too wild. This should be the 11th round picked up at this point for Heroic, and that's going to be pretty good for them, men. They're getting ever closer and definitely starting to find momentum once again. It actually puts Nip into a bit of an awkward spot as well, because winning this round could project them to at least taking this game to like a 12-9 before we see a response from Nip.
For sure. I mean, Dennis, he'll be hoping to save this gun, but honestly, the only path he has to exiting here is going to Secret. And I'm not too sure how safe that path is. I don't think he lives here, does he? 100 health. Oh, you do?
29, yeah.
Oh, okay. The more you know.
G.I. Joe. Knowing is half the battle, kids.
The other half is managing the economy.
And hitting those headshots, which is what Nip need to do if they want to get back into the game. They looked very good when they started getting their confidence back and were landing some absolutely fabulous shots on their T side. Now on the CT half, they've had a couple of tasty rounds here and there, but they need to resurge once more as we begin anew. It's just the pistols that are coming out for Nip. Only the 1 rifle and Dennis, and Server's gone again. But look at that, it's Michael Jackson in the background having a moonwalk. And we're back.
Quite peculiar. It's only done that.
I know,
game.
just this one game. Yeah. Do you remember in like 2015 when all the programs got DDoSed every day for like months because everyone Cisco Lounge and everyone had Skype.
Yeah.
And everyone just got DDoSed. That was a weird period of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
You know, we can't play. We're using 4 subs because we've been DDoSed.
And people would rage because they'd also lost their bet because they bet on those teams. But then we're also DDoSing the players that were on that team.
I remember casting games where it was literally like each team would have like 3 or 2 subs. Maybe like this isn't even the same team.
God. Yeah, it's very. It was a weird climate to think about.
Yeah. Well, that's that round wrapped up.
Yeah, very safe round from Heroic. I mean, they committed 3 players towards ramp. They got the 1 kill that was needed. And then bomb planted. That means that they can keep all of their weapons. And Dennis does keep his rifle. And all the NIP players are trying to see if they can hunt for anything. I mean, they're running towards some of them towards ramp. And Asilian actually gets taken straight out. I mean, Dennis, he's tempted. I'm surprised he's gone for that. Why would you go for that? In M4 Kevlar,
it's a bold move.
Why?
But I mean, there's not even any real payoff to that at all.
Like at best, you get 2 kills, but you've risked losing your M4 Kevlar and stuff, and he did lose it. Like in most instances, he does lose that gun.
Yeah.
So bizarre. I do like the nade and then peek there, though. The amount of times you catch off a player running into main there, probably have a grenade out as well.
Yeah, get that free pick with the orb.
Nothing there for Mertz this time. But as you mentioned, with 12-9 scoreline. And get right, forced into a bit of a crappy situation in terms of, gun use here. MP5. Not great, but I suppose if you're the player who plays on hut primarily, it's not bad. So here come the outside smokes. So these are typically the ones that allow you to get towards secret. With NIP playing the way they are, though, they've committed nobody towards the actual outside hold. But I think Rez is playing lower, though. And you can see on the radar, he's heading towards that decon side. So he's holding this cross here. But because they've walked through, he will have been the only player who will have heard if they've ran it. So as soon as he gets tested for it, there has to be a quick rotate from some of the players on upper and the player on ramp. So there's the first kill. He needs to try and stay alive. He's forced into decision. He gets 3 of them. Nearly gets the 4th as well. He's done perfectly there. 3 kills.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Surely that should be the round set in stone, but Modi and Mertz, the M squad, want to try and overthrow and bring this one back. He holds the angle for so long. Lekro goes down, but Forest to save the day.
Ooh, I mean, the fact that they got 3 kills out of that. Like, Rez did perfectly well there. No, he gets the 3 kills. Fine, right? But you got to be thinking, from that, Modi gets the rotate kill. Mertz managed to get up and get another one. And you're just thinking, how is this round even close?
Yeah. That was the kind of, that's the set in stone. This is done. He kind of proved that from that point. But they actually did make it closer than it needed to be. Snip get themselves to a 10th round. It's round 23. I mean, Heroic, they still have confidence. They still have the buy. They've got weapons. They've got utility. But they have slowed down a little bit. Yeah.
On Lekro, which finally let them have some sort of presence outside. Because in previous rounds, they've had to, rifle it or, scout on some occasions.
They've been overwhelmed quite easily as well towards outside in the past.
So you see, get right, thinking if there is an execute towards outside here, inside, sorry, I'm going to smoke on top of that, get rid of that Molotov. Freiburg, though, this is all about timing. The player at Secret will catch Freiburg, and that's a free kill there. Forest gets 2 of them as well on the upper push. And unfortunately for Heroic here, it doesn't look good. He's managed to prevent.
Oh, he's dropped through. He's been able to get out of there. It is only the 2-on-4 though, so they're outnumbered 2-1. They're going to try and get that bomb down quickly. S-Tag punches in those numbers as rapidly as he can. Flashbang going to go out, so we can go for a little peek, check to see if anyone is coming from ramp and falls back to stay alive.
So Asilian is playing the full rat lurk there, and he gets that kill too. So it's all on Rez here. If Rez stays alive,
nope.
I think the round is going Heroic's way. The Molotov is available. There's no smoke. That was such a wild peek. I mean, he gets the Molotov off, but
it's not.
You got to be thinking you peek the angle where you're directly in line with the bomb, right?
That was a bit of a bold, sort of in the middle. Let's hope for the best.
Like you open the door, throw the Molotov, close the door.
Yeah.
Not just open, throw. Don't just try and run away from the door.
Sticks his arm right out.
Like.
Dunno. And that's the thing. A couple of seconds different there actually would have won him the round. So rough.
So it was quite peculiar. So I imagine this Heroic pause just to think about the last 2 rounds. They lost the last 2. NIP's buy will still be poor, right, as we can see right there. And Heroic have still got a decent buy. They bought an AWP, so that's originally planned right there. S3 drops that. He's fine giving that away. And essentially hampering his own purchase. The question is, what do they do? So I mean, outside has actually been one of the success points so far in the map. And Lekro didn't really get a chance to use that AWP last round. I think he did live with it. I think. Yeah?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's on the floor somewhere. He must have dropped an M4 somewhere. So they haven't been able to test that yet. But the question is, do they want to? Like, is that a part, like, do they normally go outside in their practice? So you can see the AWP on the floor there. Do they normally play into the AWP? Or do they always try to avoid it? Because I imagine most cases you want to avoid it, because they can,
yeah. Well, we are going to delve back into the action now. NIP. They are 1 round away from equalising the scoreline once more, making it a 12-12. And this game has been intensely close. Much like what we saw on Mirage, just very back and forth from either side in the second half. It's been quite down to the wire in a lot of these scenarios, but it will be all-out outside aggression from Heroic, looking to try and go for a very confident round as they start to push out and expand their way around. Dennis?
I'm surprised that Molotov's not...
Yeah.
It's giving him a one-way.
My goodness.
But another one comes in, so he does finally get forced off the angle. It's so unusual. I feel like he should have got a kill out of that. And there's the AWP battle won. I mean, Mertz wins it, doesn't lose a single point of health himself. And outside, he's completely lost for NIP. And it's just a matter of time, really. I mean, the CTs have to make some sort of move themselves here. Otherwise, they're just going to get completely crunched in whether it's upper or lower. So you can see already, Freiburg, actually, not Freiburg, it's Sicilian actually going up towards Nest. Rest of the players, they've got 1 in lobby, 3 of them outside waiting for the cue from a Sicilian. Here it comes. Just 1 player towards Hut. Player that Squeaky dies. They should be able to get the kill and get right. There we go. So it's 2v3. Make that a 1v3. Dennis on his own. They know where he is. The Sicilian gets the 3k.
Yeah.
So as soon as that AWP was lost outside, NIP fell to bits. Like, the complete control was gone. There was no reactive move, you know, there wasn't a, we need to get info here, push out lobby or something, push hat, push ramp, anything like that. There was nothing. Just poor, non-adaptive play.
Yeah, it's not been working out too well for them. Definitely looking a little bit stale as this one carries on. And now NIP are left broken. Their economy has been completely run dry. They have no investment they can spend. So it is just onto the basic pistols. The only one with an upgrade is going to be Forrest on the P250. Is common purchase, just for the extra bit of confidence with it. Because the damage starts to come through, but they're just being overpowered, Ben. It's so easy. The range advantage, the extra firepower. Heroic have that stopping power to just lock this round down. This should be a 14-11. And at that point, it does start to get a bit scary because they're so close.
Yeah, it's a rough situation for NIP to be in. Especially as this is basically guaranteed 14th round, right?
Mm.
And we pretty much can guarantee again that NIP's purchases will not be great next round. They, you know, this was, I think it was a loss bonus round. Like, this is the first loss bonus one, right? So they get 1900 for this round. Rez will only be on 3350. He hasn't bought a single thing this round. That's just how bad his money was.
Yeah.
And Dennis does get that kill, but the gun did drop though. Really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and his neck gets snapped as well with the uppercut there. Going to make him do a backflip as Asilium will slay him. And that is 14-11 as it gets closer and closer to a victory for Heroic and making them take the series 2-0 rather than splitting it and giving any additional points to NIP. It seems like it will definitely be quite one side of the fair if it carries on like this. The buy does come through. Get Right going to grab himself the Blue Spruce once more. The rest of them rocking the M4s. They had no money to get the AWP out for Lekro, so it is even just a Famis on Rez.
Fast rush from Heroic as well. Forrest has to commit through the smoke. Flashes it. Gets a kill, but nothing else. Lekro is still alive as well. Rez does get a kill across the board as well. This is absolute anarchy. It's 1v2.
It's all over the place, Ben. Rez gets ignited by the Molotov. The fireball's going to hit him.
The spam.
Nearly gets the kill, but the bomb is dropped as it will now slide its way through the vent to try and go for a sneaky play over on B. Rez trying to work out what's going on, realizes, but doesn't drop. Stays on the site for the meantime.
He's wondering who that other player is. He's trying to fake out Modi. Oh, Asilian, sorry.
Nice.
It does take Asilian down as well, because the player lower has not planted yet.
He's waiting. Asilian's been playing it very slow. If he goes for the full rotate around...
Squeaky hoop and...
Ooh.
And there comes the plant. So Rez does not have a kit. But the longer there is between him getting towards the site and actually trying to find out where the player is, the worse it is for Rez.
He needs to use all the time he has available to him. Has to be a little bit sharpish about this one. He's going to be pushing around, breaks both of the windows, just trying to toy with his opponent right now. Making noise to try to throw him off and plant seeds of doubt as he will push out, clears the angles, doesn't know where exactly the marksman in Modi will be playing. Sees the doors open, shuts it to try to block off his vision, taps the bomb to force the face. Modi's going to hear the audio cue.
No kit, time's out.
Peeks out, that's the kill. That is the round, and that means, Ben, one round sits between Heroic and taking both of their games here in Pro League versus NIP and walking away with 6 points on day one versus NIP.
Yeah, really well played from Modi there. Obviously, knew he didn't really need to do anything else other than just hold one angle. The other, like, Rez needs to do all the work here. And because of that, NIP's purchases this round very weak once more. 2 Farmers as a scout, 2 CZs. It's a horrible situation to be in. And Heroic are just taking the pure gunfight. They know they can win this out right here, right now.
Yeah, it seems that this is going to be wrapped up pretty damn quickly as the push comes through. Oh, Dennis with a face from the scout, but can't connect it. Mertz is going to turn on him, shut him down with the AWP. It's only Rez, Get Right, and Forrest that remain. Forrest gets one before he's traded back upon. The AK will slaughter him And it is all on Rez and Get Right, the last surviving members of NIP. If they want to deny the win for Heroic, they have to step up and do something right now. And Heroic is already being spammed down. Oh, sorry, Heroic, Get Right is already being spammed down as he's gone. And it is all remaining on Rez, Ben. A 1 versus 3. Unlikely. This should be it. You got to imagine this will be the shutdown from Heroic, taking the game 16-11 and walking away with all 6 points in their matchup versus NIP here in Pro League.
He does have a kit, I guess, is the saving grace if he manages to get the kill. Doesn't quite land it though. That's got to be it for me. Grenade might kill Moddy there, but he has to commit through this smoke. And honestly, if he does, I was going to say, if it's flash through the smoke at least, not just the smoke, flash.
No. No, we
just trying to think of what he can do. There's
Yeah.
not much he can do. So Heroic, 16-11, I believe that was.
Yep.
Which I'd say that was comfortable. Consider they lost the pistol. It was 9-9. From there onwards, it was what, 7-2 in terms of buy rounds. So that's really good showing from them on Nuke. And you compare to what they were like in the previous matchup, it was 16-4 and 10 IP on that one. 16-11 to Heroic now. So improvement perhaps on the Heroic side. NIP not as encouraged online, perhaps.
Yeah, obviously a long day of games already. This will be their 4th game of the night.
Yeah.
And obviously taking a loss in each and every game definitely could have been a bit of a hit to the confidence. It's not really one that's going to keep you energized if you're just taking those constant L's.
Yeah, not a good situation to be in. It's, as you mentioned, a long day of games. Like they started at what, 4 o'clock our time. Now they finished the final day of games, which will be CET for them as well. So it'd be nearing midnight there.
Yeah, that is definitely a lot of CS for them to get through. And interesting you should mention that as well. I wonder after the broadcast, I'm going to have a look what happened with the Sprout versus the Go game after their,
of course.
their absolute marathon of games.
I reckon they waited to play tomorrow.
I think that, yeah, surely you postpone that because both of them have already played
You just
so
need to find an hour at some point, don't you?
Yeah.
that's
If we can find 1 hour somewhere in the schedule, we can do it. We can get that last map done. That was ridiculous.
Can't believe that was the thing that happened.
No, it was a bit interesting. It was a weird and wacky game, that one. This was a nice play from Rez, though, to round it out as we do close that one off. We do have our winners bagged for the day. We know who is going to be walking away and locking down all of today's games, Ben. That's basically it for the broadcast. That's everything we needed to cover today on Pro League Season 8, but there is still a lot more to come. This is day 1 of the week we have ahead. Me and S will be guiding you through all the action here on the B stream as the days go by, so definitely keep it locked as we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today, though, and enjoying the games. I hope you've had a wonderful night, and we're back with more Pro League action from tomorrow.